Hey, what's up everybody? We are back today with a full stealth-based no-kills walkthrough for completing Mission 6, the Dust District. In this, we'll be hitting the relevant side quests, as well as picking up all of the blueprints, bone charms, runes, and paintings that you can find while on this mission. We'll also be robbing the black market, that's for sure. So, before we get into this time, though, I thought this was kind of obvious with Dishonored 2, and I didn't think I'd have to start saying this, but based on some recent comments and some weird private messages that I've gotten, I'll add a bit of a caveat here. This is just my approach to this mission. The beauty of Dishonored 2 is that there are many varied approaches to everything. There's no one right or wrong way to doing a stealth-based playthrough, let alone anything else in Dishonored 2. You choose your own path and whatever works good for you. This is just my way that I'm sharing with you guys. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome to the Dust District. So, from here, we're down here with Old Man River. He just dropped us off in the skiff. We're gonna head up these stairs, head inside, and if you come over here, there's some S&J health elixir, some crossbow bolts, and there is a piece of raw whalebone on this desk. Go ahead and grab that, and then we're gonna head in here. From this point, you should sneak. Probably not slide, but sneaking is good. And equip Far Reach. Reason being, when you get up to the top of these stairs, occasionally there's a guard standing right at the top of the stairs overlooking a balcony, and you can run face first into him, and you don't want to do that. If he is there for you, just stop right about here, and you'll be able to get an eye on this point right here so you can get on top of this light post. From here, you're going to try to far reach over onto this fan. And then from the fan, you're going to far reach up onto this ledge. Just like that. Okay, from here, we're going to disable this wall of light using the windmill's lever. I know I said we don't normally disable walls of light, but we're doing it in this case. Disable it. Now, switch to domino. This is not a necessity, but we're going to do it anyways. We're just going to domino, and then wait. And as soon as this guard walks over here, we're just going to drop and take this guy out. Right, just so they're both taken out. You don't have to do that. It's not a necessity. It's just something I like to do because this guard winds up like hanging out like right here, and I really do like to come over here and drop down through here. And with him standing there, it makes me really uncomfortable. I have no idea what that was. That shit just randomly happens. You've heard me talk about that before. It's not stuff you really can control. It doesn't count as a detection if we go here and go to stats. It's just one of those buggy ass things in the game. We're crouched on a roof 30 meters in the air and some guy on the other side of the map alerts. What do you want me to tell you? You peek down here. Here's the guard that alerted and freaked out. You're just looking around. Most of the time, he stands right here with his back to that cement block. All we're going to do is far reach over here into this corner. Completely out of the way, and then get up in this window. If you're doing a high chaos playthrough when you get in here, there are blood flies in here. So watch out for that, but we're not doing a high chaos playthrough, but those alerts may not happen in your game if you use that same methodology. That happens to me like 1 out of 10 times, so just FYI, you know how buggy this game can be.
Hello, Emily.
Hello, Megan Foster. Drop some knowledge on me, Megan.
Talking to people. The Overseers and the Howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, the Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you had an idea.
Yes, I believe that if you take out Paulo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them and bring him to the other.
What else do you know that might help me?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paulo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
As always, Megan, you inspire confidence, and you are truly a font of knowledge. Now, we're going to go ahead and head in this room here and pick up a piece of raw whalebone. And then we're going to head over here and drop down, turn around, and go through these boards. In here, we are going to find a rune. And once we have this rune, we are going to pop out into our powers and do a bit of bone charm crafting. So, I highly suggest, before you do any bone charm crafting, that you do save your game. Right, so we have picked up bone charm crafting, witch crafting, which lowers the chance of corruption on 3 and 4 trait runes. We picked up trait synergy, which lets us put up to 4 of the exact same trait on a bone charm. And we picked up this. So, no corruption on 3 trait bone charms, but on 4, there is still a small chance. So, before you do any of that, I highly suggest you do save your game, which is what we are going to do. Then we're going to back out. And it just allows you to kind of save game, scum your way through crafting bone charms without actually having to deal with the fact of one getting corrupted, just in case you get a bad corruption. But we're going to come in and sacrifice a few bone charms. The 2 we're going to sacrifice are Void Favor. Sometimes supernatural powers consume no mana. We're going to craft one of those. And then we're also going to sacrifice Strong Arms and craft one of those. So if we come over here, we're just going to select Strong Arms. Do that first. Pray that it doesn't corrupt. And we'll craft. Nope, it's good. You just hear this whoosh when it's not going to corrupt. When it is going to corrupt, it kind of screams at you. So there's one. Now we're going to do the next one. Good thing to save your game again after you do that, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to roll the dice and hope for the best. And craft. Nope. It's going to corrupt. We'll see how bad it is. The corruptions can be not so bad sometimes. Drop Assassination consumes some mana. Okay. That's fine. I don't really care. We'll go ahead and equip Bone Charms. We'll hit this. We'll go to Crafted. We'll equip this one. And we will go here to and encrypt this one. Alright. And this will let me test my question about what the difference between drop assassination and drop takedown is. If the game considers it the same thing, we'll know as soon as we do our first one, and it takes some mana from us. So, once we have that done, we're going to head out here, and from neutral territory, we'll pass into the actual Dust District and get close to hostile territory, but we're not going there just yet. Our first stop is going to be here on the left at this Bloodfly building. So I highly suggest you break this out. Nobody cares because it's, well, it's neutral territory, so nobody's going to freak out yet. But we are going to far reach up onto this balcony, sneak, and head into this next apartment. We're going to equip our handy-dandy handgun. And then we're going to take out some bloodfly nests. One right here. Grab this. Come around here. One that's back in here. Come back through here. We're going to grab a rune out of here. And then just for good measure, so we don't have to deal with it later, we're going to head upstairs, and I'm going to show you something. So this is the Crone's Hand Saloon, where we'll be coming soon, but this is a window that allows you decent access to a building that's right over here that has more blood flies and nest keepers in it that we're going to be going into in order to get there. But before we go over there, we are going to deal with the black market vendor by robbing it. The reason you want to rob it potentially at the beginning of the game, you don't have to, is that once you take out Paulo, if you choose to do that as your path, the howlers can freak out even in neutral territory when they see you, even if they haven't seen you take out Paulo, and wind up alerting when you come down here. It's not a guaranteed thing, but it is something that can happen, so I did want to mention it.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
First, I thought you were one of Paulo's gang.
Nope, just here to loot your cash register. We're going to head around back here because there is a rewire tool if you're not full. There's a pistol if you just took out some blood fly nests. And then there is some money. So we'll grab that. And then we'll head back outside, close his door, head down to the black market vendor. Right, and what you want to do is get a scene that's playing out at the black market vendor to move itself along. So walk in here, interrupt them, walk out, and then come over here and just peek through the keyhole.
Look, Paulo wants the money.
And eventually they will walk out. There goes the female guard.
Am I going crazy?
The male guard will follow her.
Scares off buyers. Who's worse, overseer zealots or cutthroat howlers?
And then we'll come out here
See, I told you.
and just wait for them to go away. And then come close the door. Now, if you want to do upgrades or something right now, this is a great time to do them. But we don't really have any upgrades we're too concerned with, so we're just going to come over here and smash these boards out. Head inside. We are going to grab a little bit of money and a piece of raw whalebone that's right here. Then we're going to get out our crossbow. And watch out for traps, because there are traps here. And there are also 2 overseers standing right at the top here. And you might get the slightest bit of a white lightning bolt as you peek up over this hill and into this window to shoot this board. Make sure you have a good perspective on it. And then just back off. You don't even need to deal with them at all. Just ignore those guys entirely. Now, we're going to head back through here. And we're going to swing around in this direction. Into this apartment building. Close the door. Up to this next level. Sneak. And what we did was we blew a piece of board off the back of this door so that we could get in here. You pop in here, there's a little bit of money, some bullets if you need more bullets. And then what you're chiefly coming in here for is to decipher the code to the door. My guess is that it is 415. That's what it looks like to me, but we'll go back and check. If you come over here and inspect this note, it says, "Wed the month of rain, a love without refrain." So what you're going to do is wind up matching the number you find here in column 1, week 1, with the first number that appears in the month of rain. So the first number here is 4, and then in the month of rain, the first number that appears is 15. So that's in week 3. So 415 should be the code to rob the black market, and that's what we're going to go do. We'll head downstairs, pop in here, dial in 415. And the reason you really want to rob her this time is because there is a bone charm that she has hidden in here. Otherwise, she's not very lucrative to rob. She doesn't have anything of any significant value, in my opinion. Not like some of the other black market vendors do. Head over here. Silver Ignite, a pistol if you're still low on ammo. But otherwise, just head out here. Get in here, and here is your Bone Charm. And if you use Dark Vision to look around, outside of the shutters, I mean, there's not even a cash register right here to get at. You know what I mean? So, she's not a very profitable black market vendor to rob, but your standard stuff, rewire tool, a map of Stilton's house, which is completely useless to me, but I grab it anyways. Some crossbow bolts, bullets, sleep darts if you're low. You may want to stop back over here after you hit Paulo anyways, but just be aware that after you hit him, if you choose to do so, the Howlers are going to freak out on you. Okay, our first stop is going to be out in Overseer territory because we are not going to be helping the Overseers and we are not going to be helping Paulo. We are in fact going to be finding another way to get through this area. There's the option here, deliver one leader to another or find another way. We're taking the other way. So we're going to put Far Reach on, sneak, and then head up here. We're still technically in neutral territory, but, you know, me, I like to sneak. We're going to head up here, and we are going to get up on top of this pillar, get up on top of this pipe, and then we're going to get on top of this light post.
Something is amiss. Something needed, grown bold by
From here, we are going to get over here. Watch out for guards. Occasionally guards do move around in this area. Once you get over here, sneak to this position here, and then up in this window.
The echoes of lies come back as the voice of the outsider.
Alright, if you really want to, you can domino these gals in here and then hit them with a sleep dart, because there are going to be some sleep darts you're going to find a little bit later. And you can do a little bit of looting in here. They will freak out on you if they see you. So that's why I said you may want to do that to them, because there is a little bit of loot in here that you can pick up. If we turn on Dark Vision, I think there's something in this cash register over here. Grab that pouch. And then there might be something in this back room. I can't quite remember for sure. Yes, bath salts. Yeah, so bath salts, atomizer solution. But from here, that's not a wasted sleep dart, because if you head over here, what we're going to do next is go into this next building. And if memory serves me correctly, there are sleep darts in here. We'll wait for our stuff to refill. But we'll come in here. We're going to grab a Bone Charm, Prism, piece of whalebone, and I promise that I remember sleep darts in here. Yes, over here. See? The old memory's not failing me, not quite yet. Alright, there is another atomizer solution in here, just in case you need it. But head out here into this hallway, because you're going to find a Scrimshaw. And if you make a left here, there is a rewire tool and a piece of raw whalebone right here. Grab both of those. And then head back the way you came. You are technically in neutral territory right now, but we're just sneaking because it makes me feel better about the whole situation. We're going to dip out here and then onto this roof. From this roof, we're going to go onto this one. You can easily jump over there. I'm just not going to do it. I don't feel good about it.
Impurities from the mind and body.
And they're going to get up on this balcony. From this balcony, you're going to head over here and up onto this balcony.
burn a bright fire with our virtuous
Okay, now that you're
acts, the
here,
players will not lose their
we're gonna head around here and up onto this little window ledge. Break out these boards. Head inside. We're coming in here to pick up a piece of raw whalebone as well as the souvenir that is part of mission 6. So if you just head right back through here, if you're doing a high chaos playthrough, there will be rats in here waiting for you, but on a low chaos playthrough, they're generally not there. At least they're not there for me when I come in on a low chaos playthrough. Take the bricks out of the way, look inside, you're going to find a piece of raw whalebone and your souvenir for this mission.
The trophy my father got for winning the blade verbena.
This is Corvo's old apartment. This is where we're at. Kind of a cool little place. Bringing back memories for some of you, I'm sure. Back here, we're going to go back down to this ledge. Head down here. And then we are going to go up into this building, which is the Overseer's outpost. From here, we're going to go over to this ledge. My recommendation is you get to this corner when you port over here, not right in front of the window, because there is an overseer at the top of these stairs over here that can see you. And if you're really careful when you get up in this window, you can get over here without him seeing you. Alright, now what I want you to do is come over here, turn on dark vision. There is an overseer that you want to take out. Just wait for him to come out and stand out here. He paths back through this room, so depending on when you get here, he may not be standing right here like he is now. But once he does decide to turn and walk away, head in here and just snatch him up, drag him back, pick him up, and we're going to set him right over here. Alright, now, the two guards in this room that are sleeping, you do not have to knock out. You do not have to do anything with, but you can if you want to, okay? Make your own decision on that. You do need to loot at least one of them, because one of them has the confiscation room key on him. That one did. Sometimes this one does. It differs in your playthroughs. But once you have that, come out here, and there's two guards that I'm going to deal with in a very specific way. Choose your own path on this. This is just the way I always deal with these guys. So there's a guard that stands right here at the stairs and one that sits down in this room. I like to just domino him. That is not domino. Alright, domino him, and then just come out here and grab him. You can see how quick those takedowns are now that you can see how quick those takedowns are now that we put that 4-trait bone charm on. But that confiscation room key opens this door, and we're just gonna stash these bodies in here real quick. I'll grab him, stick him in here. And then we're going to go back outside and go grab the guy from the other side and stick him in there too. Just in case. It feels safer to me that way. I suggest you use your own best judgment on how you want to handle that stuff. But you do know how I like to stash bodies. At least if you've been watching the previous videos, you know that. Alright, body number 3 is now in here. We're going to crack open this metal crate. Inside, we are going to find another rune, a rewire tool, 2 silver ignits. Oh god, the metal crate boss got us. Another silver ignet. We'll close that. Now, we are going to pick up a piece of raw whalebone. And then close the door behind us. Over here, I believe there is some money. Yep. And then we are going to head outside. There are bullets in here. Yep. Our next stop takes us up to the next level. In order to get up there, I recommend, you don't have to, I recommend you just get up in this elevator shaft, if you can. and then step on this elevator. It is going to drop just a little bit when you stand on it, but it's not going to alert anybody. Nobody's going to freak out, okay? And then up through this hole, against this wall. Right? This puts you out of view of a overseer that's in this hallway.
The Howlers are cowards, brother. But we accounted for 6...
He doesn't necessarily see you when you pop out of there, but it just makes me feel a lot better when I just go all the way across and he never has a chance to even remotely see me. But then we're going to come out here, get on this ledge, and just walk all the way across as we drag our sword against the wall and make absolutely no noise. And then up in this window, and back here is going to be our first painting for this area.
Stilton.
Grab the painting. Now turn around, and we're going to come down here.
Paulo, there's no end to the influence we'll exert over Karnak.
And wait for this conversation to end, because eventually this guard will walk away and you'll only have 3 in here to deal with. I don't really like dealing with 4 of them. I'd rather just deal with 3 of them.
Fatal injuries, and somehow he comes back the next day to fight again. Whatever witchcraft he has, even the ancient music is ineffective.
I believe Paulo is in possession of some unclean artifact. It's my fear that he has to be killed twice in one day.
And the Duke won't help?
The Duke is no friend of ours. He exiled me from the Grand Palace, and he's done everything possible to push the Abbey of the Everyman out of Serkonos. The look on his face when he dismissed me from court. There's something wrong with people who live in palaces for too long.
Okay, that's the end of the conversation. There's going to be like this weird pregnant pause where this guy doesn't really know what to do, and then eventually he will walk away. When he does, let's go ahead and put Domino on. And we're going to Domino this guy, Domino this guy, and Domino Overseer Burn. Now as he walks out, he's going to close the doors behind him. That's what he always does for me, at least. We're just going to slide out here and do a little drop takedown action on Overseer Burn. And everybody drops. Good times. So we're going to head and loot him. Now, personal preference here. I do like to take the bodies and bring them back up here. Just a personal preference. Not sure that it's necessary. That's just how I handle this mission. Feel free to take your own approach. Whatever works best for you. Oh, I love that bone charm. God damn. Alright. So, now we're going to drop down in his office and do a bit of looting. Because what we came in here for is not the pistol and not the bullets, but it's over here. There's a bone charm in here, which we absolutely want. And then there's this key. Durante's key. This gets us into a apartment inside the Crone's Hand Saloon, which is where we're going to head now. And it is inside that apartment that we're going to find the other way to get into the Jindosh lock. So now we're going to head out. We've got all the collectibles for in here. We're just going to drop down. We're going to head down here onto this platform. And then we're going to head over here to this corner. And then right back out onto this. And then we're just going to far reach down here. Back into neutral territory, and we're going to head over to check out the Crone's Hand Saloon. From here, we're going right back up into that Bloodfly building we were at in the beginning of the mission. So just wanted to show you kind of where we were going to begin with after we got out of there. You can always just come in here after the fact. You don't have to come in here first. I just did it to kind of give you an idea where we were going when we came to the Crone's Hand Saloon. But when you get to this point, we're going to get up on this. We're going to get up on this pipe. And then we're going to get over here and jump up on this. Now, at this point, I highly suggest you save your game because what I'm about to show you can get a little bit hairy. And it might be a little bit gamey, but this is the way I like to do things, so that's why I'm showing it to you. Just going to get up in here and mark this guy. And then we're going to back out the window and just wait. There is another nest keeper in here that occasionally will walk around, and that's what I'm hoping for. There he is. His buddy's up walking around now too. But when you see him walking around, you can domino him and then sleep dart his ass. Domino, sleep dart. So, a little wonky, a little gamey, but if you read it right, you can absolutely do it and not get spotted. You just gotta have a little bit of skills on this one. Now, we're gonna pick out our pistol, head inside, and clean up some bloodfly nests. One right here. Calm down, bloodflies. Don't make me kill your ass. Because Daddy will do it. Daddy gets angry. Alright. Gonna head in here. Around the bar. Up over top. Grab a little bit of money. Head into the next room here because there's a scrimshaw here. There's some money on this table. Don't anger the bloodflies in the corner. Just grab the money ever so carefully. Then back out, turn around, and what you want to do is go down this path right here. Right, so we're going to grab that blood amber. You want to take this nest out, you can absolutely do that. Give you some more bloodfly amber. You can take this nest out too. Give you some more bloodfly amber. Hey, get away from me. And if you need some Atomire, which we kind of do at this point, well, we don't really, but we're going to grab it anyways. You can grab that. But if you head around here, pick up your bloodfly amber. Inside, over here on this desk, there is a carcass to pick up. I think that's about the extent of things in here. But now what you want to do is head into the Crone Saloon, and now is a good time for a save and a quick break, so we will be back in just a moment. This next part moves pretty quickly, at least the way I do it, so you may want to take a different approach in your game, depending on how comfortable you are with all of this, but here's my approach to the Crone Saloon. Up in this window, peek around, check where this guard is. Sneak over here and take him out. Take his body and hide it up on top of these stairs over here. The reason being, there's two bodyguards that come to protect Paulo once you anger him. And the bodyguards like appear up here out of thin air. And if the body is sitting like right at the edge of the stairs, they'll see it, and you don't want a detected body, at least I don't. Just set the body right there. That keeps it from sliding down. Then we're going to head downstairs. So we're going to stick a sleep dart on, just for the hell of it. And when we come down here, we're going to take out two more guards. So we're going to crack this door, head through here. Don't do anything up here yet. You don't have to, in my opinion. Head down here. Peek. Come through here. Hang out here. Turn on dark vision if you want, but there's a guard that patrols down this hallway into this room, and what you're trying to do is get over here behind these windows by this sleeping guard and wait for him to come over here so you can take him out. We're going to take him out, take her out. We're going to stash them in here. That's the order of operations for me in here. And then the rest after that is going to be moving fairly quickly. I'll try to explain along the way. Just going to wait for him to walk away. He doesn't stand there very long. And there he goes, I think. Come on, Junior. Time to walk away. Alright, there he goes. We're just going to go out and get him real quick. Knock him out. Alright, now, the chick downstairs from the Miners Guild is already talking with Paulo. It's important that this next couple steps happen quickly. Come on. So that you can get down in the basement while Paulo's down in the basement. That's how I like to take him out. But in order to do that, I generally have to move through here with some degree of haste. Look out here, wait for this guard to come up and sit down.
Across the city, the people
Once he sits down, out the window. Even though glass is going to break here, nobody's going to notice. At least they never do for me.
You want my advice? Just pay the fine and be done with it. No use making trouble.
And then just head out here.
I'm stepping away for a moment.
He says I'm stepping away from a moment, which means he's going down into the basement. We're going to go catch Paulo in the basement. We're going to drop this body here, close this door, head out here, onto this balcony. Not going to worry about looting that money. More important to get down into the basement. Now we're going to head through here, down through here, around this backside.
Just go for a swim.
Drop in here.
Smells like piss and garbage.
And we are going to equip Domino.
Let's see what the friend looks like.
We're going to Domino Paulo. Domino that guard. Hang by this wall. Far reach to the back.
Look at this guy, out of his mind.
Come around here. We're going to equip a stun mine and set the stun mine
Someone's going to be in a lot of pain.
right there. Alright, now we're going to quickly move back to the other side of the room. Back up to this window. And we're just going to hang out here. A bunch of rats are going to show up through here. If we check stats, we're good. That might have got you a body scene when the guard that was dominoed saw Paulo drop. It's 6-1, half dozen of another as to whether it happens or not. Sometimes it winds up with one body scene. Sometimes it winds up with none. That's just the approach I like to take down here. There are so many different ways to take out Paulo in here. That's just my favorite approach because taking him out up here freaks out all the civilians and could cause the scripting in here to get a little bit weird as to what Paulo does. Sometimes he will go back up to his room and then walk right back down to the atrium area again. It can get a little wonky. So this is the approach I like to take. Not the best approach, not the only approach. Choose whatever works good for you. It's a bit of a hurried approach, but I like it because it always works out the same way for me. And that's why I do it. I'm going to grab this sleep dart, refill on those, close this, and as we head back up here, there's going to be some freaking out that happens. So just kind of hang. Howlers, someone's here! Blah, blah. Oh god! This Pandalarium, we're all gonna die! Alright. What you need to do is make your way through here and just hang out for a second. It's safe to be under the boiler. What you're going to want to do, though, is get up on these pipes and eventually make your way up to the next level, and that's where we're going now. So up here. And then we're going to come over here and grab a little bit of money. Careful walking in front of that window.
Sweating up a storm here.
And you're just going to far reach over to this door. Inside. Close the door behind you. Open the register. Grab this key. Goes to the Silvergraph studio, which we will go loot, just so I can show you what's in there. And then we'll come over here and grab this pouch. And then we will crack this door open again. Head outside. Now, what I want you to do is to get up onto this balcony all the way in the back left corner. Not that far forward. Right about there. Okay, now I want you to get up in this window. Come on. And then from here, turn on dark vision, because occasionally there's a guard that gets stuck up here or walks up here, and it's best to not get surprised by that. So I'm not turning on dark vision, but you probably should. I'll just peek around the corner there and see what's going on. Also, keeping on dark vision to see if there is a guard that is patrolling up here. Occasionally, when Paulo goes back to his room, the female guard gets broken in her script, and she decides she's just going to start patrolling, and she'll come up here to check things out. There's a male guard that will do that as well. But we'll turn on dark vision just to see where everybody's at. There's a female guard over here, there's a male guard here, and then there are 2 guards on the other side, just outside this hallway. See them here in a second. But you can see Paulo's hanging out back in his office. It doesn't always behave this way, but this is the way, if you follow the approach I gave you, it always behaves. So, if you follow the approach, you're good. If you don't, it might be a little bit different for you. Okay, so we are going to domino this gal right here. We are going to domino this guy out here. Sorry, minor edit. I got all the way to the Jindosh locked door and forgot that we didn't pick up the solution out of Durante's office. So back to a little bit earlier section here from the same game. Just oh, that was fun. So let's grab this guy, knock him out. We're gonna drag him in here and stick him in this room. Close this door. Now, the reason you may want to knock this guy out instead of sleep darting him is because there are 2 guards in the other room here. And occasionally I've dropped a sleep dart on him and they freak out. If that happens to you, you're going to get some bodies seen, but if you run back upstairs real quick, you can get away from them and they won't see you, which is kind of the ultimate goal. They eventually move back to their original position where they're here. If you want to take care of them, you can always get up in this window and, you know, deal with them in whatever way you see fit. Now, to take out Paulo, you know, he's either going to be standing here. He might also be standing over by his desk. I really just like to sleep dart him. You can get behind him and do a non-lethal choke maneuver, but it's really tenuous sometimes. Sometimes you get the prompt, sometimes you don't. The reason you want to take him out, though, is because you get 3 bone charms from him, which is huge. Nothing wrong with 3 bone charms for free. So now we're going to come over here and grab painting number 2. We're going to head over here and grab painting number 3. And we're going to hit this outsider shrine.
I remember.
In case you're wondering, Paulo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me. But he put up this shrine because he found the hand of an old witch I knew once. And Paulo saw right away that it pays to have an edge. Sometimes pieces of us linger long after we're gone. The Duke of Serkonos inherited a vibrant city and wasted no time stripping it to the bone. What will he leave behind? And what about you? Who will you leave to pick up the pieces here in the Jewel of the South?
Okay, we'll go ahead and sneak, and now we'll go pick up the other way solution from Durante's office. I'm sorry. When I got to the Jindosh lock and got to it, you know, after game update 1, you get the on-screen prompt for the solution. I got there and got up to it, and I'm like, why don't I have the on-screen prompt of the solution? What's going on? Oh, God, did I not pick that thing up when I was in his office? Nope, you didn't. So, we're going to go pick that up now. We are going to... Don't just drop down here. Far reach out onto this in case you have to go back and pick it up. Because those guards in that room have a pretty good vantage point on this balcony. So, you can even far reach down... If we can make it now. Just far reach out here. This gets you out of their line of sight. And then you can just make your way down here. And now we'll head back in here. And grab the solution. There it is. Alright. We will close this door. Now, we're going to head back upstairs, but we're going to head back upstairs. Far corner. So they don't see us. And then up to this window. And now we're going to go to the Silvergraph studio and do a bit of looting in there, because inside the Silvergraph studio is our second souvenir for this mission and some money that we want to pick up. So be aware, occasionally a guard gets stuck up here. One of Stilton's bodyguards when they port in. So as you leave, make sure you look around the corner and make sure that there's not just a random guard running in place. Seen it happen, just FYI. Just gonna drop out of here. Pretty much head back the way we came. Just making sure nothing else is active in here. No, don't be feeding on bodies, damn it. Better not have got us a kill. Good lord. Alright, out this window, down in the pipe. Out here. Now, if I didn't say it already, neutral territory is not so neutral anymore. Now that you've taken out Paulo, those howlers do not like you. So you need to make sure you see where they're at. Watch for the ones that could be walking up from the black market. You see some coming right now. Even though we already went into the black market, we already saw the conversation with the howlers harassing them. They're still just now walking out of there again for some reason. I have no idea what the deal with that is, but just keep an eye out for them. If you get close to them, they will freak out. Even the guy that's standing right down here. This is supposed to be neutral territory, but now that Paulo's gone, not so much with the neutral territory. We're just going to far reach over here out of their vision and then head down into the black market and pretty much go back up and do overseer territory the exact same way we did before. So we'll head down through here, up these stairs. We are going to sneak at this point and then just far reach up here. Actually, jump up here, rather. Far reach on top of the pipes. Far reach on top of the light post. As soon as our mana comes back. And then watch for this guard that patrols through here, but eventually far reach right here. Hit this box. Hit this window. We already knocked these gals out in here, so it's safe to use this as a jumping off point to get where we need to go. Just get up on this ledge and far reach your way down here. Use the key, unlock the door, head inside, close the door behind you, head over here, and inside the register, you are going to find a little bit of loot. Money, money, money. Head over here. This is your second souvenir in this mission. Make sure you pick that up if you want your souvenirs achievement. But unlock this door, head inside, check this cabinet, a little more loot. And then back here, you're going to find a gold bar and a silver bar. Both of those. That's about the extent of the loot in here. Now, to get out of here, just reverse the approach. If you don't have the Silvergraph key, because you can't, or sorry, if you don't have the studio key because you can't unlock this door, you don't care about the money, but all you want to do is just get the souvenirs achievement, so you want to pick that painting up, you can just come over here and break out one of these windows. It doesn't really matter. But in a stealth playthrough, I'm not a huge fan of breaking windows randomly if I don't have to. So, although apparently someone found it to be less than stealthy for me to be using the flaming bottles of liquor to take out the blood flies. So maybe that's not the most stealthiest thing to do either. So maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I live in a glass house and I shouldn't be throwing stones.
See, I told you.
I don't know what that was, but we're gonna check our stats, make sure we didn't just get spotted. No, good. Whoo, doggy. All right, so get spotted at the end of the mission. Wouldn't that suck? Save early, save often. I know you don't see me saving in here because I'm trying not to have too many interruptions in the video. Now, to get out of here, we're just gonna get up on this balcony. Gently make our way over here, and we're going to try to far reach up without being seen. So right up here, and right down, and out, and now we're safe. Big sigh of relief. Not feeling as stupid as I did when I got here the first time and went, look at I unlocked the where's the solution?
Stilton's house needed to be shut up.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Maybe another time.
Jimmy's sister didn't know what she was talking about. All right, see, when you get close, now that they put that update out, you get this. Now, all you have to do is line up name to symbol. The names don't have to be in order. So even though I'm putting them in order based on what's on the screen, that's not what is required to make this work. I have randomized the names before, just screwing around with this, and it totally worked. And Finch is the bird pendant. There we go.
It worked. The information was correct.
It better have been correct. I had to go re-record half the video for that shit. Alright, Aramis Stilton's Manor. Okay, so one body detected. I think that was when Paulo dropped and the guard saw him before he wound up dropping due to domino. Just a weird effect. As I said down there, that doesn't always happen to me. I've got through here with all zeros before using that approach. So use it at your own risk, but also know that obviously bodies being detected has nothing to do with Ghostly being effective and getting your achievement for that. Nothing to do with clean hands, and nothing to do with shadow. So all your achievements are intact, even if you get bodies detected. Let's go ahead and move over one. You can see we picked up all of the collectibles as well. Did a few other actions. Now, in this mission, if you choose to knock out Paulo, you can take him to the Overseer's outpost, and they won't attack you when you show up. So it doesn't require as much stealth. And the same thing if you choose to knock out Burn and take him to Paulo in the Crone's Hand Saloon, they won't attack you when you walk in with the body. You're kind of their friend at that point. I just chose not to do either one of them and take the other method, and that's the one I like to use. I'm not really a fan of either Paulo or the Overseers, so I like to take my own path in this, and that's the path I usually take. Let's go ahead and move on.
Time is an odd thing. Growing up, I was excited about what the years might hold, about the places I'd visit. I recall childhood moments with my mother on her throne, and my father, a figure of mystery. I remember the rat plague, mother's passing, and all that happened at the Hound Pits pub. Now this. I just want to put an end to Delilah's reign and get my father back. This house holds her secrets. Delilah pulled herself up from tragedy, grabbing the Empire and changing it to her liking. With Duke Luca Abel, she transformed a coddled dilettante into a schemer who helped her take my throne. She's made herself immortal, and even my father's sword couldn't end her life. I'm going to undo all she's done. And next time, I'll hold on to the things I cherish, just a bit tighter.
Alright, that's it for Mission 6, the Dust District. I hope you found that to be helpful. Little tips along the way. Just keep in mind, when you are in the Crone's Hand Saloon, everything doesn't always script out the same way. If you choose not to take Paulo out in the basement, and instead he's sitting down in the courtyard after he comes up from the basement, things can play out a little bit differently as far as guard movements go. So just use your best judgment in there. That's not the most scripted area as far as being able to follow a paint by numbers approach to taking things out. But if you follow the approach I showed you, that's the approach I always use, and it has been consistent for me. So it should work exactly the same way in your game if you get the timing all down correctly. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. But if you got anything out of the video, I sure would appreciate a like on the video or a sub on the channel. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.